Salve te omnes. This is Review 9, chapters 33 through 36. This is Drill on Forms C. This one can be kind of tricky, so don't rush through it. Stay focused, pay attention, and read carefully. Number 1, we are to give the genitive masculine singular of the comparative of the adjective douros aum, and then bonus aum, and then idoneos aum. So douros aum, we want the comparative. So as a first and second declension adjective, take the stem dur. We get durior, durioris as its comparative. We want the genitive singular masculine. So we will get durioris. Bonus aum, the comparative is melior, melioris. We want the genitive masculine singular, so melioris. Idoneos aum, well, this one, keep in mind from chapter 34, the stem is going to be idone. And we're not going to add eor because there's just too many vowels all crammed together. Greek would not have a problem with that. Latin says, ugh. Therefore, to form the comparative, we use magis, the comparative adverb of magnosaum. Remember, it goes magnopere in the positive, greatly, magis, more greatly, and then maxime, most greatly. Idoneos, magis idoneos is the comparative. We want the genitive singular masculine, magis idonei, idonei, the genitive singular masculine. Number 2, the dative feminine singular of the superlative of aureus aum. So the superlative of aureus aum, golden, well, like idoneos aum, stem being idone, the stem would be aure. We're not going to add eor, eoris. Too many vowels there. We're going to use the superlative of magnosaum and in the adverb form. So maxime aureus aum, like we did magis idoneos aum. But we want the dative feminine singular of this word. So maxime aurei. Maxime aurei, the dative feminine singular. The dative feminine singular of the superlative of dexter, dextra, dextrum. Well, because the nominative singular masculine ends in er, we get dexterimus aum. And we want the dative feminine singular, dexterimi. Nobilis a, we want the dative feminine singular of the superlative of nobilis a. So nobilissimus aum will be the superlative. Give it a dative feminine singular ending, nobilissimi. The accusative masculine singular of the comparative of par, paris, which means equal. So we have the comparative, par paris, is a third declension, one termination. It's going to be parior, parioris. We want the accusative masculine singular. So pariorem. Felix, felicis. We want the comparative is a third declension, one termination. This is the nominative. This is its genitive. So felicior, felicioris, and give it an accusative masculine singular ending, feliciorem. Malus aum, the comparative is peor, peoris, and the accusative masculine singular would be peorem. We want the ablative feminine singular of the comparative of fidelis a, utilis a, and diligens diligentis. So the comparative of fidelis a would be fidelior fidelioris. We want the ablative feminine singular, so fideliore, fideliore. Utilis a, the comparative would be utilior utilioris. The ablative feminine singular would be utiliore. And then diligens diligentis, the stem is diligent, diligentior diligentioris, and the ablative singular feminine would be diligentiore. Number 5, the nominative neuter plural of the comparative of diligens diligentis, par paris, and parvus aum. So the comparative of diligens diligentis would be diligentior diligentioris, but we want the neuter. So we want diligentius diligentioris, and we want the nominative neuter plural. Diligentiora, diligentiora. Par paris, like diligens, it is a third declension, one termination. Paris is its genitive. So the stem is par. We want parior parioris, but once again, because we're working with the neuter, we want parius parioris, the neuter. And the nominative neuter plural will be pariora. Parvus aum, the neuter comparative would be minus minoris, and the nominative neuter plural will be minora. Number 6, the genitive neuter plural of the comparative of justus aum, facilis facile, and multi-ia. The comparative of justus aum, we want the neuter, so justius justioris, and the genitive plural will be justiorum, justiorum. Facilis facile, we want the neuter comparative, facilius facilioris. Then decline that until you get the genitive plural, faciliorum. Multi-ia, the comparative of multi-ia is plures plura. The genitive plural is going to be plurium, plurium. It goes plura, plurium, pluribus, plura, pluribus. The dative feminine plural of the superlative of barbarus aum, difficilis a, and acer acris acre. So the superlative of barbarus aum would be barbarissimus aum. And we want the dative feminine plural, barbarissimis, barbarissimis. The superlative of difficilis difficile, because it is a silly 6, will be difficilimus aum. We want the dative feminine plural, difficilimis. Acer acris acre, we want the superlative, because it ends in er in the nominative masculine singular, its superlative will be acerimus aum. We want the dative feminine plural ending on that, so acerimis. And the accusative masculine plural of the comparative of senex senis, and sinister sinistra sinistrum, and dissimilis a. So the comparative of senex senis, you could put senior senioris and then the neuter senius senioris. That actually is a legit form. However, it is more common to see maior natu, where maior maioris is the thing that declines. Natu always stays natu. It's an ablative form. It's kind of frozen there by birth. So we can put seniores, the accusative masculine plural, or you can put maiores natu, either seniores or maiores natu. The comparative of sinister, sinistra, sinistrum, take the stem, sinistru, add sinistrior, sinistriores. The accusative masculine plural will be sinistriores. Then the comparative of dissimilis a, even though it is a silly six, that does not affect its comparative. The silly six only affects the superlative. So it's going to be totally normal. Dissimilior, dissimiliores, and the accusative plural masculine will be dissimiliores. Dissimiliores. Optime, very well done.